G'day guys, Peter Lord here from lordhomebuilders.com.au. Just going to talk about your concrete slab. The process: concreter will come, do your footings, dig them out, set everything up, put your mesh in, your plastic membrane, for your waterproof to stop rising damp. The plumber will obviously be there to put all these pipes in, the pre-lays. Then they'll put the slab in, sit it on chairs. The mesh in and sit it on chairs, and then they'll get the concrete trucks out to put pour the footings. Once the footings are finished and they've got all boards up, they will then let that set, sort itself out, and they'll be back the next day, the day after, whenever that's cured, and they will be there to pour the slab. In the slab itself, they pour it and then they wait, let it go off, get it go off. It's called curing. And this is a chemical reaction. It's not drying like most people think. It dries when it cracks. You get cracks in internal corners, things like that. That's a big common problem that people ring me about and say, Pete, what's going on? I've got cracks in my slab. Is the builder doing it right? I'm sure he is. A lot of councils come out and see, making sure that the concretes are doing it right, and go over it and making sure that the processes have been hit, everything's sweet, because it's like anything. If you get the foundations right, everything's okay. You can have a beautiful house, perfect, but if the foundations are terrible, you can have some dramas. So what happens with the curing is the concreter will use a helicopter to kind of dry it out, put some air into it to make sure it's getting sorted while also it's floating it about. They'll use a normal trowel just to sharpen the edges and make sure all the rough stuff's gone. In regards to the curing side and cracks, it's because the cracks happen when it's hot, a real hot day, or a hot period. And these are just settlement cracks. These are just curing cracks, so to speak, that in an internal corner, this wants to shrink. So concrete shrinks. That's why you got the steel inside it, to make sure that the steel is the one that keeps it together and out, and the concrete wants to go in. So you've got an internal corner like that. This concrete wants to go that way, this concrete wants to go that way, and then it causes a crack down the middle. But what they do is they put two re-entrant bars across the back, just as a blocker, and that kind of stops. You still get cracks depending on how hot it is, but that kind of stops the movement and the shrinking of the concrete. Any bigger cracks, obviously you'd get your structural engineer out, or speak to your builder, and then they get a structural engineer out just to make sure everything's been done right and everything's going according to plan. But usually it's mainly hairline cracks and things like that, so it's all good. And you do have the waterproof membrane with the black plastic underneath, and the termite barrier underneath as well. Hopefully that helped, guys, and thanks for listening. See you on the next one.